Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Gaming and Sylving on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Sylving Reforged. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm saying you were up, and let's go. Alright, looking closer, I catch something moving in the corner of my eye. I turn to look behind me, then down. The base of my spine is a white-tipped tail flicking back and forth. Feeling around my lower back, my hands find the base of the tail slipping over my belt line. I have a tail? Hearing the door creak open behind me, I jump back against the vanity, nearly falling over and taking it with me. You're quite the jumpy one, aren't you? I'm glad to see you up and about, but you should really take it slow. I couldn't find any rival route in the house, so I'll need to head out. For now, you'd better eat something. You were out for a whole day, so I know you must be starving. But you need to be careful to eat light today since it's been a while. In his hand, he offers me what I assume is a bread roll. Sitting down on the padded stool, I stare up at him and take the bread from his hand. It's really stale. If it weren't for the weight, I'd assume he just grabbed a rock from outside just to mess with me. It smells somewhere between old grain and chalk. Can't see any mold on it, but it's so stale I have to wonder when exactly it was baked. How old is this bread? It's fine. I just bought it, so there's no need to fret. Go ahead and eat. No good comes from an empty stomach, but it's so hard. It might be, but a lion like you shouldn't have any trouble with it. I really have to eat this? It's not like a baguette. It really is as hard as a rock all throughout. I'm pretty sure that if I bite into this bread, I'll break every single tooth I have. With how empty my stomach is right now, I'm desperate enough to try. I find a crack at the edge of the roll, putting my teeth to it as I carefully bite down. There's a loud, dull crunch in my mouth, like I'm chewing a mouthful of cereal. It's really dry, but it's not inedible. I take another bigger bite, clenching my eyes, preparing for the worst. I'm worried it might be the sound of my teeth crumbling, but it feels like they survived the ordeal. The bread isn't as bad as I feared, but the taste is extraordinarily plain. I didn't know how hungry I was until I finally got something in my belly. Before I know it, I've scarfed down the whole thing. After finishing the bread, I see the big werewolf's been quietly staring at me. You managed to eat it all. Must mean your fever's almost gone. When I found you, I picked up what I could find, but I'm not certain if this was everything. Are you missing any belongings? I only found these things by your feet. He's pointing at my shoes, and I'm sitting on my sweater, but there is one thing that's not there. I don't see my backpack. Where did you last see it? It was with me in the clearing in the cave, and next to the big red tree. People are wise to avoid the caves in that forest. They're not safe. Especially the one with that tree. He waves his hand at the corner of the room. I can only assume the cave is in that general direction. What were you doing there? Did you go there with anyone else? No, I was just visiting my old cave. Your cave? That cave is no laughing matter. Are you saying it belongs to you? I didn't mean it like that. It's just a cave I played in as a kid. I wanted to visit it. No one goes into that cave just to visit it. He takes a step forward, pinning me against the table. What were you doing in there? I didn't do anything. What did you do in that cave, Aron? I said I didn't do anything. I don't even know what's going on. Where am I? Why do I look like this? I'm starting to really freak out. I don't even know if I'm safe right now with this werewolf glaring at me. I can feel my emotions swell in my throat, but I'm too scared to look away. A heavy silence fills the room, broken only by the faintest mumbles and noises drifting through the window. We stare at each other uncomfortably for a painfully long amount of time. You're clearly not feeling well. You need more time to rest. I must go out for a while. Stay here until I return. Without another word, he's gone. I can hear his heavy steps followed by the sound of a door opening and closing downstairs. Feeling a little relieved, I register a sharp pain in my hands. Looking down, I see that I've held them clenched tight, and it hurts to open them. These new sharp claws have been dug deep into my palm. They're not bleeding, but I've left deep red marks in them. Just what happened to me? What is that werewolf after? Why would he take care of me, and what was with the interrogation? I'm not a real lion man thing. I want to be honest, but I don't even know what he expects me to say. He's not happy with how evasive I'm being, but it's not like he was explaining himself all that much either. And now I have to sit here and wait for him to come back. What the hell am I thinking? I can't stay here. Without my phone to call for help, my only option is to find my way back through the cave ASAP. I lean down and grab my shoes. I can only hope that wolf won't be back anytime soon. Come on, get in there. Damn it, why did my toes have to get so big? My new feet have gone up a few sizes, making it impossible to get my shoes on. I really don't want to go out barefoot, but I can't even get my toes in properly. Stupid claws, stupid toe beans. Hey, don't Hey, don't curse at the toe beans. They're sacred. Can I even call them toes anymore? They're as big as potatoes now. Stupid potato toes. Nah! After several tries to maneuver my foot in, I give up in frustration. No matter what I do, I can't wear them when my feet are like this. Shoes or not, I need to get out of here before he gets back. I wrap my shoes in my sweater and hug the bundle to my chest before standing up. But standing proves to be quite the challenge. Putting the weight on my heels feels off, but I'll have to get used to it as I go. I take a step, flailing an arm around like I'm walking on a tightrope. Ugh. To get any sort of balance, I widen my gait and take slow, small, deliberate steps towards the door. Opening it, I face a much greater obstacle. Stairs. I'm not even out of this room and I've already hit a snag. The individual steps aren't long enough, making my toes go over the edge. The only way to get any real footing is to turn my foot sideways. I steady myself against the wall as I carefully take them one at a time. It's not fast, but it's the safest way down. Don't slip, don't slip, don't slip. I let out the breath I'd been holding halfway down as my feet finally meet stable ground again. After I look up the stairs I bested, I turn around to find myself in an old-timey kitchen. It's pleasant and quaint. The sunlight streaming in through the windows enough to brighten up the whole room. I find myself taking it all in. Cupboards, dining table, bench, and a wood-burning oven. Everything is very well maintained, and the scene feels quite cozy. They even have a small black cauldron sitting above the fireplace. I can smell the spice rack from across the room, but my nose struggles to identify the different scents. If anything, there are too many of them. Better not try to focus on the smells right now and see what other things are here. There's a hanger above the stove with a number of dried goods like meat, yellow flowers, and I think that's garlic? They're shaped like garlic, but the color is off and the skin has an unusual sheen to it, even in the low light. At first glance, I thought I recognized everything, but in fact, I haven't seen most of these ingredients before, like the short blue mushrooms. There's also what looks like a bunch of red grapes with fuzzy skin, like what peaches have. And I think the green curly things are beans. I shake my head, snapping out of it. I can't get distracted, the werewolf could be back any minute. I make my way to what must be the front door and pull it open. Huh. Oh boy. I don't know what I expected. I could barely manage a talking werewolf. I'm not sure how to handle an entire town full of animal people. Maybe I should have taken a peek out the window first. I sidle back to the living room and take a glance outside. Animals of all shapes and sizes, squirrels, moose, lizards, all walking upright and dressed in medieval clothing. I'm starting to have second thoughts about running out the door. I don't exactly blend in with what I'm wearing. One step out there and I'll stick out like a whale in a jungle. At best, they'll think I'm a weirdo. At worst, they'll hunt me down and burn me as a witch. But if I stay here, the big wolf will come back and ask more questions he might not like the answers to. While he did act nice to me, he's clearly fishing for something. I'm not sure what he'll do once he has it. Getting out of here is my best bet. The sooner the better. If I'm lucky, they might ignore me and think I'm just some weird, harmless guy. At least I hope so. Holding my bundle tightly in my arms, I ready myself for the first steps out there. Well, here goes nothing. I step out into the streets, looking around in amazement at this strange place I found myself in. Small children race between the legs of their parents. A small mouse and kitten rush past me, using sticks to hit one another down the street. A number of food stalls sit across the street. Their owners shout over each other in a contest to drum up the most attention for their wares. Freshly baked bread, right out of the oven. Come get them while they're hot. Only 2 kroner.
Squitzos, Jaloy, Mambaras. You won't find the fruits and vegetables better than these in all of Naffort.
It's certainly an aggressive sales tactic. Do they yell like this all day? Though, with the number of people they're drawing in, I can't argue with the results. I take a moment to get my bearings. The werewolf pointed somewhere in this direction, straight down the street. There we go. Okay. I try to appear as inconspicuous as possible, doing my best to stay out of everyone's way. However, the uneven road, when paired with my new feet, makes walking naturally impossible. Still, I can't help but take in the hustle and bustle of this town. I see some people are dressed in nice, clean clothing, while others look worn and ragged. I pass by 3 ladies standing next to one of the stalls, and their chatter emerges from the white noise at the back of the crowd. One of them is saying something like, "My husband's always been working horses on the farm, but now he's the size of the farm." At that, all 3 erupt in a piercing cackle. If it wasn't for all the animalistic features, they'd all easily pass for human. even down to body language and how they gossip. Keeping my gaze forward to avoid eye contact, I do my best to avoid bumping into anyone, which is proving difficult because something behind me is throwing off my balance left and right. Taking a look back, I see the tail is swishing like crazy.
Could you stay still for just a minute?
I whispered to it as if it could hear me, but that just made it thrash about even more. I gave up on calming it and started trudging again. My balance really could do without this tail. Reaching a crossroad, I can see the woods in the distance, down a path leading out of the village. Exiting the market, I pass a few residential-looking houses before emerging from the town. There's a nice mill house churning merrily above a stream, with a bridge beside it. I can only hope my way back lies beyond. I just wish I had my phone now. No one back home is going to believe I came to a place like this. I hurry to the bridge, almost home free, when my footing fails me and I fall into someone green. When I push myself off of him, I feel like his skin is ice cold to the touch. It's a turtle, carrying a big shell behind his back. He's just a little shorter than me. My eyes shoot down to his left arm, or lack thereof. The sleeve is tied into a knot where an arm should have been. Looking back at his face, he's scowling at me. The furrows on his brow are as obvious as the scar on his left eye. Sorry! I stare at the ground, giving him a weak apology. I hurry across the bridge, half jogging, half waddling, anything to get away from this awkward moment. It took longer than I'd have liked, but eventually the village is out of sight and I'm finally alone again. I take a deep breath, loosening my grip on the bundle in my arms. I don't know how many of them took note of me, but I don't really care at this point. I got out of there and I'm never going back. I focus on the ground and mind my footing as I meander forward. The tail is mostly calmed down, making the walk much easier for me. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!